Welcome to the ASSA Technical Services Inc. training video. We're going to cover the ASSA sidebar system today. And the ASSA sidebar system consists of an independent locking mechanism called the sidebar. We'll look at the key first. You can see the ASSA key is 1/8 of an inch thick and is about 2.5 inches long. There's 6 bottom pins and 5 sidebar pins, 11 pins locking this system. So the top pins is your key system, and the bottom pins are your sidebar system. You can see there's 6 bottom pins and 5 sidebars. The grooves itself, the cuts in the key have a 90-degree angle. There's a 32 thousandths at the base cut and with a clear 24 thousandths flat. The number 1 cut is the deepest cut, and the number 9 is the shallowest cut. There's 3,125 different side code combinations of the side code cuts. And you can see how they are different and off from the side of the bottom pins. Yeah, pretty uniquely shaped key. ASSA offers 6 different systems and profiles in this type of a system. They're the only ones in the world that gives you 2 independent locking systems in one type cylinder. There's 31 moving parts in an ASSA cylinder, and it's very user-friendly. Right now, we're looking at the E799 key. That is the one of the demo sidebars. The keys are made of high-quality nickel silver, as is the bottom pins and master pins. Here is an exploded view of the key and the cut, showing you the 90-degree angles. These are the 5 different systems that we're offering today that are still in use today. There's still other ones like these right here, the 600 series, which are still popular today, but there's no sidebar with these. These are just standard cylinders. This is the KX1 ASSA code machine. It's made by Freeman for us. It's a wonderful machine. We have 3 of them we use in production along with their automatic. Very easy to use. This is the ASSA cutaway, showing you the sidebar. And notice how the springs go up and down in that particular system. You can see how the side pins and the driver pins interact into the cylinder. There's the exploded view of the cylinder, showing you the sidebar springs, the side pins, the side pin springs, the bottom pins, the master pins, and the driver pins, and then your springs over those. And then the spring retention cover strip that goes over that. And then the cam that goes on the back, and that's for a number of different cylinders. That cam on there is the Adams Ray cam for glass storefronts, but they have 15 different cams that can be used for different manufacturers' hardware. So it is a unique system. Looking at this picture right here, it shows you the 2 independent locking systems. This cylinder will lock just with the sidebar and side pins without the bottom pin. So you could have a cylinder that's not keyed, but is still controlled by this sidebar right here and these 2 side bar springs that keep constant pressure on the shell of the housing. Those lugs that are cut into that sidebar must match exactly with the lugs that are cut into the sidebar itself, into the pin itself, so that whenever you turn the key and it's depressed into the pin, it will enter that gate in the side of the side pin and enable you to turn it all the way to unlock the cylinder. So that's what we're looking at right there is the sidebar. These are your side pins, and there's different side pins. There's 6 different type. But these right here show you the false gates and the 1 main gate. These are all generic. They're all the same. All of your All these side pins are the same. They rest on the cut on the side of the key that line up with the cut in the sidebar, so that whenever you turn the sidebar, whenever you turn the key, the sidebar will depress into it. So the Twin 6000 and Twin Exclusive sidebar pin is on the left, and on the right is the V10 sidebar pins, and there's a right and a left pin. Now, we primarily only use the left unless we're doing very large master key systems where we'll enter the right. And the V10 system, being one of the most secure systems that ASSA ever released, is still pretty popular today. These are the V10 side pins. And you can see that you can see the false gates and the main one gate in the center. So once they line up on the cut in the key, then you'll have a correct alignment. The tolerances on those side pins and sidebar +0, -0. That cut has to be exactly there. It has to be exactly right. If the side code is not right, it won't work. Now they're showing you some other side pins here. These are side pins for the Twin Pro, which is a highly restricted system that ASSA offers. The one on, they also offer that's a Twin Maximum key there. You can see as they're being rotated around, see where they change the radius as far as how it rides up and down in the pin chamber, so that the key itself hits that side pin about halfway up, so it lessens the movement on the side pin as far as how far it has to move. Now, what we have right there is there's a V10 pin, we have a Max Plus pin there, Twin Pro pins. So they're all different. This is your bottom pins right here. There's 9 bottom pins, 1 being the deepest, 9 being the shallowest. And all ASSA cylinders are red tip to bow, just like small format interchangeable cores tip to bow. So you'll find that the number 1 pin is going to be the longest pin and deepest cut in a key, where the number 9 is the shallowest. Okay. The master pins are just the opposite. Number 1 is the smallest at 24 thousandths, and they go up in increments by 24,000. Number 2 is 48, and so forth, all the way up to a number 8 master pin. And then from the master pins, we go to the driver pins, which rest on top of the master pin, and the spring pressure down on the driver pins blocks up the cylinder, so you have to have the exact cut key in order for it to open. The driver pins here, A, B, C, and D, are adjusted to the pin depth. So A is a 1, 2, B is a 3, 4, C is a 5, 6, and 7, and D is a 7, 8, 9. Let's get a little video here showing you how the springs and the side pins go into the, when you enter your key, it holds them in place. The spring in the sidebar goes in. You can, then you go ahead and screw the cam on, drop your bottom pins in. Your driver pins go over top of that. And then all of your springs go down over them. They just pop right in there. Your spring retention cover just slides down a track and then secures the whole cylinder in place. Remember, there's 31 moving parts in that cylinder, but it's very, very user-friendly. Now, lubrication of this cylinder, it's requested that you just use the ASSA Lube. It's a special lubricant that we make for the cylinder. It has no drying agent in it. It's a pure petroleum oil, very, very lightweight. Before you put it in, we suggest you take contact cleaner and flush out the cylinder first to get any dirt or debris out, and then go ahead and just one or two squirts of lubricant will take care of it. We have security screw fasteners on the backs. We just use a little number 9T. That mortise cylinder, the 1 1/8 mortise cylinder, is a combination rim cylinder. so that you're not carrying two different products in stock. All these parts are sold separately or combined into one unit. It's not a problem. All ASSA cylinders that are UL 4037 are stamped UL on the plug of the cylinder and all of the on the cylinder itself, because they do have the restricted, which is the non-UL product that does not have the UL, like this one right here. Notice there's no UL stamp on the face of that plug. This is a restricted cylinder. It takes the same key as the high security cylinder. The difference is it's not UL listed and there's no sidebar, even though the housing is UL listed, because you can use a UL listed sidebar in it. So anyway, this is they're showing you a different picture of it. This one's got a Corbin Clover cam on it. So they make a lot of different ones. Here's your Clover cam on the back. The Phillips screw, these are standard Phillips screws. We offer either one onto the back of it, securing it in place. All the cams have lugs on, hardened pins. There's 2 hardened pins on either side between the 5th and 6th and the 3rd and 4th pin chamber. So it's a beautiful cylinder brought to ASSA. It is brought to you by the ASSA Abloy Company, the world's largest manufacturer of security products. Mortise cylinders, there's the head, the size of the head, the thickness of the head, the length of the body, and the diameter of the body is what you're dealing with. And you can get these cylinders all the way up into 12 inches long. If you got a special application, maybe a thermal thick door where we've made cylinders for those. This is the patented Max Plus system. That's the latest system that they have. It also offers a restricted, which is patented, to go with it. So it's a great product for today. The patent runs out in 2030. So this has been Tom Demont. I am your host, and I am a ASSA technical expert. And if I could ever help you, please call me at any of these numbers here, or fax me, or email. I'm happy to help in any way I can. Thank you very much. Goodbye.